Welcome back. It is the Commonwealth Games. The Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, they happen every 4 years. This year it's in my hometown. It is minutes from where I live. In fact, all of the roads around me are closed, so thanks Commonwealth Games. It's basically a multi-international sporting event. Does that make sense? It's a multi-sport event with international countries. They come together and they all compete to find out who is the best Commonwealth country. I guess it's more similar to an Asian Games or a Pan American Games. Not a championships, but a games where you have lots of different sports come together, a lot of different athletes and countries. The Commonwealth Games were known as the British Empire Games, which makes sense because that's essentially how you qualified back in the day to be involved in the Commonwealth. Nowadays, you don't even have to be in the Commonwealth to compete in the Commonwealth Games, but back then you certainly had to be a member, like you had a choice of the British Empire. But the Commonwealth Games were known as the British Empire Games from 1930 to 1950. The British Empire and Commonwealth Games from 54 to 66, and then the British Commonwealth Games from 70 to 74. And now, thankfully, we've removed that really embarrassing headline or title of British and just called it the Commonwealth Games because that's kind of what it is. So what I want to do is look through the start list. We've put this together at Weightlifting House. We've got the list of all of the top qualification totals from the athletes. And we're just going to look at some of the top candidates. Who are we looking forward to seeing? Who am I looking forward to seeing? Who do we think is going to win? And we're going to start off with the women's 49 kilo category, where right at the top of the table we have the woman that I just spent all of last Thursday filming. Phenomenal athlete. I think Saika Mirabai Chanu from India, the 49, is the only world record holder in the Commonwealth Games, sorry. Well, within the Commonwealth in the sport of weightlifting. She hit that 119 back at the Asian Championships last year to beat the two Chinese athletes in the clean and jerk, which is pretty amazing. She didn't win because they took the world records in the snatch, but she did get a world record clean and jerk. So I'm very excited to see her. We also have Noreen Gulam from England and Hannah Powell from Wales competing too. For those of you who are wondering why some of these names are highlighted, it's basically part of... In fact, I'm not even sure exactly what it's part of. We basically have colours for... This might just be for our end. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Gibraltar, because apparently they count as part of Team England? Team GB. So anyway, I'm pretty sure that Mirabai Chanu is going to win. Over to the 55s, this is a session I am extremely excited to see, partly because one of the athletes we know very well, Freya Morrow, is competing in this category. She's going to be up against home favourite Catherine Jones as well. We have Jodie Hughes. But Freya has put in some really big lifts. I spent last Friday filming Team England, and Freya lifted very well there. She ended up, I think she snatched 88 the day before, and then when I saw her, she clean and jerked 112 for two singles, which is 2 kilos under her best. So to do that for multiple reps is very, very exciting. So that's a 196 that she's put in. Well, that's her sort of total coming in at 55. She's going to be up against some incredibly strong other athletes, most notably Adijat Adenike Olorinoye from Nigeria. Over in the 59s, we then have England home favourite Jess Gordon-Brown, who, again, might be able to put in the kind of total that gives her certainly a medal, maybe even a gold. We don't know. Some of our athletes are actually in tremendous shape. So 202 is the total to beat, but she's going to have to try and compete against Rafiatu Folashade Lawal, also from Nigeria, who was made 207 during this qualifying period. Up now to the 64s, and we have Olympic champion Maude Charon from Canada, 236 kilos. Wait, is she the only Olympic champion? So Mirabai Chanu is the only world record holder. I think Maude might be the only Olympic champion competing in the Commonwealth Games in weightlifting. That's pretty cool. I think she's probably going to win. I don't know the exact shape that she's in, but I've seen her hitting somewhere around the 100 kilo mark in the snatch, which if she can do that with a 125 is likely going to be enough. 236 is her best. Also in the category, we have Zoe Smith, who has competed now at 2 Olympic Games. And from what I know, so she'd done 225 in the past, but from what I know, she's in better shape now than she was, I think, during maybe the Olympics or Worlds. So we'll see. Yeah, we shall see. Also in this category, the very popular Yasmin Zamet Stevens competing for Malta. In the 71s, snuck onto the England team, wasn't announced with everyone else, but has now joined, so I can mention it now. Sarah Davies is competing at 71. I saw her training the other day. She looked, I would say, not the sharpest I've ever seen her in the snatch, but in the clean, I'd say, without a doubt, the strongest I've ever seen her look in training. I think she made a 125 clean and jerk, left it there, but the 125 clean was like significantly easier than I've seen her make that kind of weight in training before. So I think she's probably in good enough shape to get a gold medal here if she's able to snatch well. I'm also really looking forward to seeing Kiana Elliott here from Australia. I haven't seen her compete in ages. She has some of my favourite technique in the whole world. So if you have never seen her lift, make sure you watch the women's 71s. Over to the women's 76s, it looks like Canada's Maya Leila is going to be the top dog. Certainly she's got the heaviest total so far coming into it, but Deborah's looking in great shape. A lot of these athletes are, so that one I don't want to make too much of a prediction on. The next category, I'm willing to predict a lot on it. Aileen Sikamatana from Australia, we all know her. She's unbelievable. She hit a 150 kilo hand clean the other day, which, I mean, if she just clean and jerks 150 and bombs in the snatch, she might still out-total these athletes. Okay, no, that's not true. And that makes it sound harsh on these other athletes. These other athletes are amazing, and Aileen obviously wouldn't be able to do that, but she's very far ahead. If Aileen's able to do her best numbers, so like 2050 and get a 270 total, she's going to be way ahead. That's unlikely. Well, no, actually, maybe it's not unlikely. Even if she just does 105, 140, she'll probably win. In fact, she would easily win. Okay, what about if she did 100, 130? She would also win. So she could power and win for sure. That should be a fun session. Emily Sweeney, looking very good. I won't say what she did in the training hall because I don't think I'm allowed to announce that, but she's looking good right now. She's looking very strong. And then finally, another athlete who is extremely likely to win. There's just no chance she's not going to win, surely. Emily Campbell, a weightlifting house favourite, a world weightlifting favourite. She's looking phenomenal. Again, it's such a shame. I can't tell you what she's done in training. I wish I could. I will post a training hall video straight after this championships to show you, or this game, sorry, to show you what happened. But she's in very good shape. And then over to the men's side quickly. The men's 55. Wait, why do we not have the women's 45s, but we have the men's 55s? We did not have 81 or 45. Okay, so that doesn't quite follow the Olympic qualification. Men's, we have 55 for some reason. Don't have 89s or 102s. What is happening here? It's like they're picking and choosing between whether to or not to follow the Olympic rule from the last quad, but they're making an even worse decision out of it. So we'll start with the men's 55s. Don't know a huge number of these lifters. I did watch Ben Hickling though the other day training. We gave him a weightlifting house belt. I think he bought it, but I delivered it to him and he trained in it and he looked very good. Looked very sharp. So looking forward to seeing how he does. 256 is the best total going into this. That's from India's Sagar Sanket Mahadev. I saw him train a little bit last weekend, but again, I couldn't tell you exactly what kind of shape he's in, but if he's in his best shape, then it's probably going to be enough to do some damage. Up in the men's 71s, Mohammed Asnil Biden from... Where is Mass? Masablanca? Where is Mass? What is Mass? Oh, Malaysia. Okay, so he's from Mass. So, good luck to the Malaysian. Over now to the men's 67s. We have the popped Talat Talib. What's going on here? Talat Talib is banned, right? Surely. I say surely. I mean, didn't he get banned? Didn't I read that on Inside the Games? Didn't I report on that 5 months ago? Talat Talib, Pakistan's best weightlifter in decades and first ever medalist at the International Weightlifting Federation, 4 months ago has tested positive for banned substances. Written by my boy Brian Oliver. I knew it. So what's he doing competing now? He was a gold medal favourite for the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games, but will now miss that event beginning July 28th. Well, it doesn't look like he is missing it. He's been tested 9 times and has never provided a positive sample. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on here, so let's assume that he's not competing, that this is wrong, even though we got this from an official source. So if he is there, he's probably going to win. If not, Jeremy Lalrinunga from India, who I also saw last weekend, he's looking very good right now, so I'm sure he's going to do well. And then we have our boy Jaswant Shergill, who is such a legend. Comes and trains here sometimes, just downstairs at our gym. Makes more saves than any man I've ever seen. Has single-handed, this is not true, has second to Emily Campbell, single-handedly grown the Weightlifting House TikTok because of his crazy duck walk save. So I'm very excited to see how Jazz does, because he is such a competitor. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Over now to the men's 73s, we have Jack Oliver. He's put in he's got the third biggest, 296, but it's tight. Boom, heck. 296, 295, 294, and then we've got a couple 291s. If any of them has an off day, they're going to struggle. Way ahead in the lead, though, Achinta Shauli from India, 316. India's going to dominate, surely, this championships. This games. I've got to stop calling it championships. It's a games. I'm going to take a quick moment, guys, to tell you very quickly about how you can get a free individual training program. You don't have to enter any card details. It's at Weightlifting AI. You can find out the kind of program that would be written for you and your weaknesses and strengths. You can just take a look at it right now. Just head to the link down below, click the link, that thing down there that looks like a link, and fill in all of your numbers, your variations, your hang, your power, your overhead squat, all these things, and we will auto-generate you through this incredible AI system that we've built, a personalized program, and you get 2 weeks of it for free. So why not just take a look? The link is down below. You get to join the performance community, get coaching from me, from Max Ada, from Joshua Gibson, from Joanne, from loads of different people in the performance community, and it's actually the records that people are getting are just outrageous right now. Weightlifting AI athletes are progressing faster than you. I'm just going to say it like that. I'm just going to put it out there. We've helped people get their first 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 40 kilo snatch. And we're progressing at unbelievable rates. So if you want to actually progress at some real speed and you want to see what your program would look like for free, it's in an app as well, which is cool. Then that's weightlifting.ai, and the link is down below. Over now to the men's 81s. Chris Murray, 320. Carl Bruce, our boy from Australia, 316. It's going to be an interesting one. Jason Epton, 285. Omari Mears, we love Omari. Representing Jamaica, 266. But yeah, top two totals. Ajay Singh, India, and Nicholas Vachon from Canada. That's going to be a fun one to watch. That's got a lot of heavy hitters. That's got a lot of people that are just like crowd favourites, so I'm excited for that. Over now to the men's 96s. Surely Bodhi's going to win this from Canada. Bodhi Santavi, Olympic medalist in snatch. All jokes aside, he's a phenomenal snatcher. We cannot deny that. 181 did he do internationally? 182? One of the biggest snatches of anyone in that category. Way more than anyone else. The only person who can cause an upset, who I know is giving Bodhi sleepless nights. I know it, because he's giving me sleepless nights based on the odd training video I get every now and then, is Don Opelegi from Samoa. Maybe it's Opelegi. No, I think it's Opelegi. Don Opelegi. I remember seeing him in 2019. He was pretty good. He's like a 60, 90 guy. And then you just start seeing these training videos that sneak in. I'm pretty sure he did like a 225 jerk or something like that. Might have been behind the neck, but you just don't know. So there's a chance that Don's going to turn up and just smash it with like a 180, 220. Because I don't think Bodhi can do 400. Well, I mean, so far he's not been able to. But surely Bodhi's going to win. We'll see. We've also got Cyril Thatcher, who was in great shape when I filmed him the other day. He was snatching over 50 with ease, so that's great. Our boy Forrester Osei. This also a very exciting category. Over to the men's 109s, we have, must be Don's brother, Jack Opologi, 360. Junior P. Nadaja Nyabayu from Cameroon, also 360. Lovepreet Singh, 348. Andrew Griffiths, looking forward to seeing him. He's a bit of a snatch specialist. Legs are looking strong as well. Been front squatting like 210, 215 pretty comfortably for a lot of repetitions. Jordan Sakas, clean and jerk specialist. Slightly lower total, but capable of putting something up in the 90s, hopefully, in the clean and jerk. Should be a very exciting session to watch. And then finally, in the supers, obviously the person who's going to win is Lasha Talat. I don't know. In my head, that was going to be really funny. Oh, God. It wasn't funny in the slightest. We have David Leety. Now, David is definitely the person who I think most people would put their money on winning this. And if I was a betting man, I would probably do the same. But can we just talk about Gurdeep Singh from India? He's in better shape than people realise. I don't know exactly what numbers, but I have hints of numbers. And the numbers that I have hints of are good. So I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park for David. I think he is the strongest man there. I think he probably will take it. But Gurdeep Singh, and then obviously Mohammed Nu Dasker is just like this guy who is never at competitions, but always on the start list. But he never competes. But he's always training. He's hitting 220s and 175s. But he never turns up to competition. So I'm just going to be shocked if he turns up to this competition. But if he does, he can also put on a bit of a, he could do a 400. I think he could do 400. David, we know, can do over 400, as evidenced by that 414 right there. Gurdeep Singh can do 95 maybe. Gordon Shaw's looking freaky strong. He's very fast in the snatch for a big guy. I don't know. We'll see. It should be a fun session. But anyway, guys, that's the Commonwealth Games. The Commonwealth Games starts on Saturday the 30th, and it finishes on Tuesday the 2nd. So, yeah, I'll do some kind of update on all of that. But very excited for these games because they've just been such a big deal in the city that I was born in, Birmingham, the city that I live in, the city that I put Weightlifting House in, and now we all work here. It's my favourite city in the world. And the fact that we have the Commonwealth Games here is very exciting. We have all of these amazing athletes here. It's cool. We've basically not been able to get that's not true. We can get in the games with one person with a stills camera. We can take photos, which is great. It's more than we thought we were going to be able to do. The chance of getting into these sorts of events is normally 0, so it was totally a connection thing with us. So we got very fortunate there. But we're not going to be able to get like footage and cool training hall stuff, which is a real shame. But we're going to be able to get photos, so we'll stick those on the old Instagram with some results and that sort of thing. Anyway, guys, really appreciate you tuning in. I'll catch you all on another episode. Don't forget, 2-week trial down below of the Weightlifting House news show.